Hey everyone, it's Mindy from Tony's Picks. Hey, excited to bring you some MLB first five plays here today. Glad to be back. It's been kind of crazy here in the Midwest. I don't know if you had saw, but we had experienced. It was about 71 tornadoes that came through in a storm system, and I think we got about 20 of them. But I had one hit real close to me in the airport, which took out then Minden, Iowa, and then also we had another little suburb of Omaha. Total, I think we're down about 300 houses, and so it's been a little bit crazy. So glad to be back. Wishing everyone there well. But let's get back to some Major League Baseball action. Hopefully, you guys had a great start to the week so far. I've definitely been enjoying some baseball here to relax the last couple days. But today we're going to give you a 3-pack of first fives. And so before we do that, let's go ahead and get through all of the good stuff, you guys. Make sure you check out Tony's multi-capper site, tonyspicks.com, where you can find our best of the best sports picks around. We have daily, weekly, monthly packages of proven winners, you guys. Everything is documented and transparent there as well. You can find your favorite hot capper. You can see over the last 24 hours, it's been Pravi, Mindy, and Tiffany. You can see Ruben, Sean, and the OG Cappers VIP account. Over the last 7 days, Ben has still been super hot in Major League Baseball, as well as Latifa. And then over the last 30 days, you still have Ben, CJ, Jerry, Ruben, Hollywood Sam, all getting it done. A lot of Major League Baseball action right now, you guys. So if you're having any troubles at all, you can find those best of the best picks. Just remember to use Tony T at checkout. And also, all of these picks are profit guaranteed, meaning that if your capper doesn't turn a profit, you get credits back to your account. Kind of a win-win situation there, if you ask me. All right, but let's give you some free plays here today, right? If you want our best of the best, Tony's Picks. That's where you got to go. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and give you some of my best plays in Major League Baseball, first five. I track these religiously. I think we're already up to a couple hundred plays already. So I'm going to look at a money line play, a run line play, and then, of course, a total. And how I look at this is a lot of starting pitching. I also look at a talent impact or batting offensive impact, as well as the ballparks, right? We also try to find those recency streaks. So we're looking a lot at the short term and how well these teams are playing above and below average, right? Pretty easy. It sounds not as easy in real life. All right, we're going to start off here with the Guardians and the Astros. It was a wild one last night, that is for sure. You have McKenzie, 4.91 ERA on the mound, but he's been dealing way worse in the recent last 3 games. That's what we're looking at. We're wanting some recency, right? I go back to my playing days and see how I can, put my mind on paper of how we won games, right? That's what we're kind of looking at here. Well, McKenzie in the short term has been even worse, 7.03 ERA in his last 3. You have Verlander on the mound. He has basically a 1.75, but over his last 3, it's basically been 0 over his last 3 outings. So once we go ahead and then apply that offensive impact, what they look at usually over the first 5, we're looking at things like talent, right? So it's going to be batting average, slugging percentage, those, certain things of how you can kind of estimate how well an offense is doing right now. Again, we want to catch those streaks. We want it when we have a hot team versus a not so hot pitcher. And that is the case here. We're going to go ahead and take the Astros on the money line. Let's see. Did I do the Astros money line? What that is? It is at minus 175. That's what we'll be taking. 175 for Mr. Verlander. All right. Next up is going to be the Reds versus the Padres. We have Graham Ashcraft on the mound for the Reds. Joe Musgrove on the mound for the Padres. I'm not sure. I feel like they've split. I think it was the Reds the first game, Padres next. There was a lot of misplayed balls yesterday, but I mean, whenever I see outfielders drop balls, I don't know. You just shake your head a little bit, right? Just a little bit of lack of focus there. going on. But Graham Ashcraft right now, 4.40 ERA, but he's doing much better recently, right? That's what we're looking at. How you've been doing right now. I don't care so much overall what you've been doing. He's been at a 2.64. Joe Musgrove, on the other hand, he has that high elevated ERA already, 6.94, but been even worse. Even worse. He's sitting at a 7.35 over his last three. Right now, if I go ahead then and apply the batting index, and there's no park factor. I was surprised at Petco. It's kind of a neutral field. It's one of those, once you kind of look into it, you're like, oh, not so much there. But we're going to go ahead and anticipate this one being a Reds 4-1 ball game after 5. So we're going to take the Reds here on the run line plus that half, and that's sitting at minus 130. So that's my best run line play. I gave you my best money line play. So now we're looking at the total. It's going to be on this early game on the card. So make sure you get this one in early. It's going to be between the Cardinals and the Tigers. It's Mr. Miles on the mound, 5.91. Again, doing worse than even his yearly numbers show. 6.47 ERA. That's not good. And then, of course, we have Maeda here for the Tigers, 5.96. But he has actually been doing better, 3.40 in the short term. Now, this is another one. Once we go ahead and factor in offensive streaks, the ballpark, which is not too much, just a little bit. It's actually a little bit to the worse, all right? Meaning that there's usually less offense. But with these two pitchers, and we have Miles with elevated ERA, we have the Cardinals getting some hits, we have the Tigers getting some hits. We expect this one to go over that total. I have it coming in at a total of 5.40, which is well over the 4.5. And I should have my Tigers Cardinals pick right here. Over is sitting at minus 125. All right, so that's what we got, right? Astros on the money line, minus 175. Reds on the run line, plus a half a run, minus 130. And the total going over 4.5 at minus 125. So those are the plays there. You guys make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe to Tony's channel. Then also, another ask for you, we're doing additional content. So powered by Tony's Picks is the OG Sports Network. So hopefully you could go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel too, where you'll see additional information. So if you like these free picks, there's even more right here. You can see yesterday, CJ put out a hockey play. You have Ben doing his Major League Baseball series. We have Bo doing his live show with me every day at about 12:30. So there's lots of additional information there. So you can kind of take a look at the consensus at Tony's Picks, which carries over to OG Cappers, just where I interview instead of Tony a lot of the times, because Tony's busy the way it is. So we have additional content for you right there. So give us a follow at the OG Sports Network. All right, you guys. Hey, that is all I have for you today. Appreciate your time, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.